Hey, this is Hammered Airsoft Smith, bringing you a test and evaluation report on the M700 style bolt action spring carbine. I just want to make something very clear. Although the report on this isn't going to sound the best, but really overall, it's a pretty decent gun. I never really had any problems with it. But anyways, let's get to it. The quality is a C. I know it sounds a little harsh, but it's not a very high quality airsoft firearm. There's a lot of seams like everywhere, and there's like a lot of these little screws everywhere. Look at this thing's like bombarded with screws. I gotta say the rubber butt pad is high quality though. The plastic itself is pretty okay on the frame at least. The metals are fine. They don't need to be super high grade or anything, but you know they're okay. But this barrel, it's gotta go. This is like the biggest flaw in the whole thing. There's a big long seam going all the way front and back, and this thing is actually kind of a pain to take apart. I've actually had it apart. You guys seen that before, but I can't take it down enough like you should be able to. I mean, they should really make these airsoft guns, you know, quality enough to where they can actually be taken apart. Because a lot of people, I'm not the only one. A lot of people are going to want to modify them, or a lot of people are going to try and they're going to want to try and fix them themselves when something goes wrong with them. So, I mean, the magazine is fine. It doesn't need to be super quality, but just like the rest of the gun. I mean, this has screws and seams all over, but it's really not that big of a deal. It's a magazine, and it's a flush-fitting magazine, and the magazine never fails. So, it's not even a big deal. The seams in general isn't really a big deal. It's just the fact that this thing is just so like self-aware. It's just like, hey, you know, I got a bunch of seams all over me and screws all over me, but there shouldn't be. But so you know, there's that. Durability is a C. I mean, nothing is broke on the gun yet, but I could definitely see like if someone is like running and doesn't think for a minute, like they use their reflexes. I could see this barrel just not snapping. That's a little extreme, but definitely like getting busted pretty easily, smacking it into a tree or something, or to the side of a wall or whatever. You know, and I could see like, you know, just the plastic on here getting kind of beat up pretty easily on accident, of course, and because you're not gonna be, except for me with the Benelli M3. I mean, I manhandled the crap out of that thing, but anyways, but like I said, you know, what's metal on it is pretty decent metal. I can see the trigger guard getting busted pretty easily if you're not careful. I mean, but a lot of this stuff is kind of a given, you know, just not careful. But I will say, there's no exception. This barrel here is just got to go. I just noticed too, there's even like screws all like in random places down here on the bottom. Well, there's only two of them, but I don't know. Like I said, it's made of very cheap plastic or whatever, but it functions just fine. It's never really had a problem. I think like twice I went to go rack the bolt, and for some reason it wasn't locking back the spring. But that'll go more for reliability. But since we're there anyway, reliability. I give this rifle an A in reliability because it's never malfunctions. It's never like misfed or misfired or jammed. It might have jammed a few times, but I think that was when I first got the gun, and you're not used to how far back you gotta pull this bolt action. And sometimes you might load two in there. So, I mean, some of these things that happen to some of these guns, the fault isn't all on their own or the designers. It's sometimes our own fault. Never malfunctioned or anything, never really had a problem. I don't even know where to throw this out here, but I think I mentioned this in the review anyway, but the hop is very extreme. I guess you would say it's very good. Like it's set very high. So it's definitely made to have optics, which is why they give you the rail. Speaking of which, the other rail that's usually on the forend here is made out of slightly lower quality than the one on the receiver. I don't know why that is. But I used that rail for another project. I did a Terminator 1911 mount style AMT laser mount project or whatever. Yeah, so I mean overall, like I said from the beginning, it doesn't get a lot of good grades, but it's still here, it's still working, it's been used a lot. Not a whole lot, and I've had it for, I don't know, like 4 years or something like that. It's not a super long time, but a lot longer than I hear because other people have airsoft guns for. You know, a lot of people only have theirs for like 2 years or something. But anyways, cut this short because it's just a very simple short T&E report on this rifle. Yeah, so quality's a C, durability's a C, and reliability's an A. By the way, his name is Henry. But, there you go. And the sling, not that it's actually part of the gun, but the sling is pretty high quality. It's really good. The metal clips on it and everything are made very well. Same goes for the sling mounts themselves. They're made very well and they swivel. So, yeah, it's a pretty decent gun, especially for like 80 or 100 bucks. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.